Hey, you guys, want to share with you real quick, very basic, the new Mr. Pen sticky note collection that I got. And I'm going to give you an overall view of what comes in here because I feel like I read the description before I bought it and I still was like, oh, I didn't realize it came with all this. Also, I've used this. I'm going to show you how I used it in one of our textbooks. I homeschool, and so how I used it in our textbook, but I'm really excited to use it in other textbooks, but then most of all, like in my Bible when I'm making notes. So, first of all, it comes with so many different sticky notes. Okay, so first you have this one that's just going to be like your regular sticky notes. I really like, I write in my Bibles. I have certain Bibles that I write in, but sometimes the pens leak through, or I like fold it, or in my books, even in my books, I like to write in them. But then sometimes there are certain things that I want to remember and I try to use a different highlighter, but like with these sticky notes, you're going to be able to do so much more. Okay, so these are just your regular sticky notes, regular squares, the different sizes here. Okay, but then they also have these, which I'm going to show you. And there are, I mean, what you're getting for what you're paying for is unreal. Okay, so these are clear, and I'm going to show you how I use these in a second, but they have several different ones. They have some with lines, they have some with like that are full, all of those, okay? They have these circle ones, and I'm going to show you how I use those. And then I haven't actually used these yet, but then they also have these. And then if you have a planner, so what I'll probably do, I have my lesson planner is I'll probably stick these in there because they're already ready. Maybe you have a spiral Bible. Okay, that's what I'm looking at getting pretty soon. And so if you had a spiral Bible, these would fit right there in the front and it's perfect. You can go grab them. Okay, it also comes with a pen and I'm going to show you. So in our history, what I did, when I was pulling these out and I was looking at them, so the first thing that I used, these are actually see-through, so you can see through them. And so like just right here on their textbook, I just stuck it like, I mean, I just did these randomly, but you could put it through here. You can still see through if you were wanting to look. But then after I stuck it in here, I used the pen to write on it and it didn't smear. So like, I mean, I did it and then waited probably 10 seconds and then I used my finger and it did not smear, which is great because a lot of times that happens. But another thing that I think is so cool, which are these, I think I'm going to use a ton of these. They are also see-through as well. They're transparent. So for example, I stuck it over here. Let me just show you. So like it comes up here. So this part was not sticky, but everything else was. So I laid it over this quote down here. And then I was able to, over the sticky note, underline it because this is a textbook. I'm not going to write in the textbooks. So I underlined it on the sticky note. And then with the pen, I also wrote important. So like if you were wanting to mark something, if you were a homeschool mom, I don't even know if you can tell. I feel like that's underwhelming for how excited I was. So like you could write on here what you wanted and then underline something. So like if you were reading a book, I write in all of my books. If you're studying your Bible and you want to remember something and you don't want to mark on your actual Bible, also just so you know, like if I wanted to take this off, it's going to come right off and there's no damage. Same thing down here. I could peel this off. I get a hold of it. Zero damage. Okay, so I'm actually going to do a deeper review when I use this with my books and with my Bible if you want to come back and be on the watch for that. But if you're needing something, and there's a gazillion of these, like I feel like you could use these forever. And I'm not even a crafty girl, and I think that I'm going to use, these are actually going to be something I use, not something that sits in my drawer like I want to use. So if you're needing something that you can actually, that is practical for you to write in and move on, definitely recommend the sticky note set from Mr. Pen.